Hey everybody, this is Ron from Makata USA. This is part 3. We've got all the applications installed, and if you can see the very last line on it says the continue button will be accessible as soon as everything is installed. And you can see my continue button is live, and my vstable.info screen went away on my apps, and it showed everything was green. So we hit continue, and now we do a basic setup, which was the switch assignments, which we already did, which we don't have to do anymore. I think he wants this backwards, whatever. Okay, we hit finish, and the radio is ready to go. Now it's going to come to the main screen here in a second, and then we'll be able to go through and start the. We didn't do that part. Okay, do the transmitter setup. So now what we're going to do is we can go through each thing, and I can show you, but we already went through the settings. This is how you bind. This is how you change the language. There's the Wi-Fi. There's the shop. The app updaters when you want to go and you want to do like the update everything, just like a basic update. It'll check all that stuff and go through and make sure the file integrity is good, and then once it's done, it's ready to ride. You'll see. So it said one error, so it said okay, so it actually go through and it'll start over again and go through and try to catch everything and get it right again. Hey buddy, this is Mikado, my dog here, that's being a little attention hungry right now. So we're gonna let that guy go through and get everything done. And then after we're done, which actually you can see what happens when you tap it. You can actually do it, and it'll do it in the background, which is cool. So while we're doing that, we're going to set some with the stick calibration. We've already set the switch assignments you saw in the other video, so calibrate the stick. So all you do is you go through with the aileron, you hold the stick to the right till it says 100, and then you hold it to the left until it says 100. Okay. If you watch this, to calibrate, it's the same thing. You'll see it says 100%. And 100% on the left too as well. Okay, so I'm going to calibrate the elevator now. Go down 100%, top to 100%. It's ready to go. Tail, left 100, right 100. Doesn't matter which one you do first. And then we're going to do the collective, which is stick all the way down, stick all the way up. This one is very important for like calibrating your throttle endpoints and things, that if you mess that up, it's going to be, you're going to have problems getting the endpoints to work for your throttle and things like that. It goes nuts. And if you notice, this guy has a secondary menu because it has the top of the little corner up there, the little blue corner. Remember I told you in my other videos, whenever there's a secondary menu, that means it's the little corners there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this collective at 0. Okay. Alright, now that I got that, I'm going to hit this here, and you see the raw value is 4, so I'm going to hit set 0, and that sets a 0 collective for your tail, for all the other stuff, and you only have to hit it, set 0. Okay, now it's good. Now you can calibrate the pots as well, the potty left, potty right. So when I move this guy here to the left, and you see where it is, you don't actually have to calibrate those. But this just shows you where the percentages are for each one of those. So I'm going to be a little animal attentive and go through and try to get all these at 0. The potty right's up here. Let's change this guy to 0. And then the trimmer, left center, I think is this one. Yeah, it is. You can see these guys are really accurate. I mean, it takes just a little bit to get them where you want. Now, they don't have to be at 0. I'm just doing this to show you guys that, you know, what you can do as far as the transmitter is concerned, where everything could be. And then the trimmer top right is this guy up here, to the left. Right. So basically everything's a 0. It's ready to ride. Okay. So now, at this point, the radio has been set up for the sticks, has been calibrated. Now what we want to do now is we want to go to, we've already set to us. Actually, it's going through and looks like it went through and did your update and everything. Turn the cloud service back on, active idle on, and the switch off on. We'll turn those on. We're going to set that to 180 seconds again. So how quick that screen is, which is just amazing how fast this thing works. Okay, that's done. And this is the bind. If you have a Neo set up, it'll be ready to bind. That's where you hit that. The language, the shop. The shop is where you go through and you can check and see if you have different apps. And if they're working or they've been installed, you'll see them in there. the app updated we talked about, stick calibration, the archives for your battery view and your flight finder, and applications. Now applications is not the applications you actually have installed on the radio. Those are the applications that are going to be specific for each Neo, whatever Neo you have connected. Like if you have a battery logger, or if you have the individual sensors for the batteries you pick it up, that's what those applications will be there for you. So if we go, we've already done this guy here, so we're going to go to let's see what the language looks like, so you guys can see that you can change it from one to the other if you really wanted to. The Wi-Fi, which we don't have to do because it's already connected, as you can see, because it came on. We talked about the app updater. So everything's ready to go. So at this point now, we're going to close this menu, and we can go back and we can turn the radio off. So if you want to do that, you slide to the right, and you see it's got the secondary menu there. So if you push this off, it'll actually just go off, okay? But when you connect to a Neo, it'll actually power back on because we turn the auto idle off. So a way to check it and to get it to work to where it shuts completely off and it's not waiting that 8 hours for it to shut off, you can actually do the exact same thing, and you hold it down and it gives you the option of a full off, and that shuts it completely down to where it shuts down for the day. You don't have to worry about it coming on whenever you power the Neo. So right now the radio is set. All the menu, this is all the basic stuff. Now you can bind to a Neo and you're ready to go. Everything's ready to go from this point on. So if you guys have any questions, you know you can hit me up at Mikado USA. You can email me at vstabby@mikadousa.com. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. And I'm here. Just if you got any questions, hit me up. Thanks.